Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time joining us, my name is Layton and welcome to the dorm room. We do all things movies here, television series, and trailer breakdowns, but we mainly focus on Marvel, DC, The Walking Dead, but we dabble in other topics as well. So today we have a really interesting update for you guys pertaining to the Daredevil Born Again series. I don't know about you guys, but I was a huge fan of the Netflix Daredevil series, also The Punisher. I liked all of them, but those two stood out the most to me. So I have just been super stoked to hear any update on this ever since they released the title of it, to be honest with you. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, like I said, huge updates at Marvel Studios with the Daredevil Born Again series. As many of you guys may know, they actually had to begin reshooting most of the production after being almost halfway done with the series, which blows my mind. I mean, Kevin Feige must have saw this and just realized that it's absolute dog crap and just totally scrapped it and started from the beginning, which is a great thing in my mind. I think he's starting to realize that they can't be putting out this uh, half effort material anymore and that they really need to stick to the previous standards, if you know what I mean. Like the in game standards, Spider Man, all the old films, Iron Man, Captain America, you name it. Uh, yeah, great thing that they scrapped it. With scrapping it, they're obviously going to have a new storyline. Uh, if you guys watched Echo, I'm going to have a little spoiler warning here. If you guys watch Echo, the end credit scene actually sets up Mayor Fisk. Wilson Fisk sees an ad, and it kind of describes literally him and says that's the candidate they need to run for the mayor. And he kind of looks at it just perplexed and like it's a great idea that he should run for it. So we're going to get that pulled straight out of the comics. I have not read all the comics, but I do know a little bit about it. They also are going to be getting new writers, crew, and new actors pulled into the series. Obviously, they're sticking with Charlie Cox as Daredevil and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, but they have a few exciting new cast members that I will tell you guys here in a little bit. The only downside about this is that it was previously going to be an 18 episode series, and now it has been cut down to 13 episodes, which to me is not a huge deal. The Netflix series did a really good job at fitting a lot of content into the time they had, which was around 13 episodes as well. I can't remember the exact number, but they did a good job at fitting it in and not feeling like it was rushed, which is how every show should be, in my opinion. Getting a little more into the detail about the new crew members, first up we have Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead returning as directors from Loki Season 2 and Moon Knight. I think they're going to do an awesome job with directing this Daredevil adaptation, and I'm just excited to see them working on it. And next up, we have executive producer and writer of The Punisher, Dario Scadarpane. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but he is the new lead showrunner of Daredevil. And then last but not least, we have Chris Brewster returning as the action choreographer from the Netflix series. Did an awesome job with that. I loved the fight scenes and the long takes on them. I loved the hallway scene, if you know what I'm talking about. And I have full confidence that he will put the same amount of effort into this, if not more, with the fight scenes. All right, and getting to some of the most important news of this update is some of the casts that they have confirmed to be returning. Starting out the cast list, we have Karen Page and Foggy Nelson both returning with Matt Murdock in the office. This is amazing news to me. I loved seeing their dynamic with Matt Murdock in the office, and they both just did a great job at portraying those characters, I think. Uh, they previously were mentioned that they were going to kill them off screen, which, in my opinion, would not have done justice to those two characters. and I'm very glad that they didn't end up going through with that. Next up on the cast list, returning, we have Wilson Bethel reprising his role as Bullseye. Spoiler warning if you haven't seen the Netflix series, but Bullseye basically, he dressed up as Daredevil and tried to put a bad rap on his name for Wilson Fisk. By the end of the series, we know that he gets his spine broken, and at the very, very end of the series, we see him undergoing a medical procedure where he's getting adamantium binded to his spine. This is going to be awesome to see him in Born Again, as they will be able to kind of wrap up that storyline and show him as his full potential with the Bullseye character. And I think it'll just be awesome to see him at his full power fighting against Daredevil. And last but not least is the best news, in my opinion, for the cast list: Jon Bernthal returning as the Punisher. I don't know about you guys, but I loved the Punisher, and I think Jon Bernthal is the perfect casting for him. Growing up watching The Walking Dead, I've always loved him. He did a great job at Shane, and like I said, he did a great job at the Punisher. And it's just going to be so cool to see Frank Castle and Matt Murdock on the screen together again. I'm so glad they're bringing him into the MCU, and I have full faith that they will keep that angry, gritty take that they have instead of MCU-ifying him, if you get that reference. And that wraps up all the information I have today regarding Daredevil. Thank you guys for joining us. I think this is a huge, huge W for Marvel. Getting all these returning cast members, it's just going to be so cool to see all of them back on the screen together. And with the Loki and Punisher showrunners taking over, I just can't see this series going wrong. Also, the action choreographer from Daredevil, he did a great job. Like I said, I loved the fight scenes. And just putting all that together, I feel like they really just have the dream team to make an excellent Daredevil series. I hope they do it right. I have faith in them that they're going to do it right, especially after the reshoots. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's going to be great? Do you think it's going to be mid? Any comments, concerns you have, drop them in the comments and I will get to them. But thank you guys for joining us. Stay tuned for future videos. But for now, peace out.